every single person that comments XRP in the comment section below is going to get up to $100 for free so they can even get more XRP. You must like, you must comment XRP, and you must subscribe to get that free XRP and enter a 100,000 XRP giveaway, as well as more details will be at the end of the video, so watch it till the end. The United States Federal Reserve has recently made massive headlines due to their announcement of the use of XRP for payments within their FedNat payment system. It also comes alongside a massive partnership unveiled between Ripple Labs and the United States Federal Reserve, confirming that XRP will be the global reserve currency, as said by Ripple's CEO.
Issued 100 billion XRPs will be enough to cover once the X-Rapid service scales to a global full scale, or would there be a shortage?
Well, so when XRP was created, this actually was created before Ripple existed. The creators of XRP decided there'd be 100 billion units because they saw it as rather than having a smaller number with a very high price, they saw it as something they wanted to be effectively a global reserve currency.
Issued 100 billion.
In fact, the Federal Reserve Bank is reportedly planning to ban retail purchase of XRP amid a potential partnership with Ripple Labs to revitalize and utilize the XRP ledger in addition to the XRP currency, resulting in a massive supply shock. Now, obviously, this is a massive announcement because what it does mean is that XRP is about to experience a massive supply shock, and that we are about to see a massive buyback of retail XRP and the shift from retail hands into institutional hands. On top of this, Google actually did confirm and reveal that the Federal Reserve is gearing up to adopt XRP as a global payment solution, and that Ripple is reportedly buying back XRP to transition ownership from retail investors into institutional hands. JP Morgan also has announced plans to accept this as a payment method and leverage the XRP ledger cashback system powered by the crypto trading fund and the CTF token. But if you guys take a look here on Google, it confirms that the Federal Reserve use of XRP globally, that the Federal Reserve plans to take ownership of Ripple XRP as a global payment solution, and that Ripple is in fact buying back XRP as part of their buyback program to take it out of retail hands and shift it into institutional hands. In fact, one of the top directors of the Federal Reserve, David Antofilotti, had officially announced that the Fed would delegate settlement of payments to a third-party company like Ripple Labs, utilizing the XRP ledger and the XRP cryptocurrency for payments. Now, of course, we are only getting started because even we got confirmation that Ripple Labs co-founder Arthur Brito had confirmed that XRP was designed for global scalability and hinted at a $10,000 price per XRP. Now, of course, before we go further into the video, we have to give everybody watching this video their free money. Yes, up to $100 for everybody watching this video so that you guys can accumulate even more XRP and can have the potential of making generational wealth just by watching the Crypto Geek channel. All you can have to do to get it is tap the like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications, comment XRP in the comment section, and then sign up and upload using my link in the description and do a transaction. Once that's complete, you'll get your up to $100 for you to buy even more XRP with, and thus have the potential of becoming a multi-millionaire by spending less than 3 minutes of your time signing up on Uphold and doing a transaction. Now, with that being said, let's move further into the video.
The Fed to do the bookkeeping. I mean, like I said, my response is, you don't expect the Fed to kind of steal your money. I mean, if the Fed can print all the money at once, it's not going to like mess around with the bookkeeping. So, we have this big spreadsheet, the blockchain if you want, but it's just managed by the Fed, and it's very cheap, much cheaper than Bitcoin. If you're willing to delegate the responsibility to a third party, but then the downsides to all of that, of course, is you'd actually suppose you didn't want the Fed to be responsible for processing the payments. I mean, suppose the Fed will likely impose some KYC restrictions on some purchases. They might not process some purchases that you might want to undertake, and so it was at that point that I said, well, we could, if we wanted to, extend the concept one step further. I'm not saying that this is ever going to happen, but just conceptually, you could imagine not FedWire for all, but kind of like a Fed coin, where what the Fed would do is actually just issue these, Bitcoin-like objects but and they would enforce a par exchange rate with the U.S. dollar. That would eliminate the exchange rate volatility. But they could delegate the clearing of these payments to some third party, some sort of Ripple-like protocol, or possibly even Bitcoin. I mean, we could delegate the responsibility of processing these electronic, Fedcoin payments to the miners. And the idea there would be,
Now, of course, let's take a look at the current XRP price, which sits at $2.07, up 3.66% just in the last 24 hours. Now, we have further confirmation, not only by Ripple, but also Ripple CEO and multiple other speakers confirming that XRP will be the U.S. global reserve currency as confirmed by the U.S. Strategic Reserve themselves and Ripple CEO. Now, here's two clips, one confirming it by Ripple CEO, and the second that we showed you guys a couple seconds ago was the Federal Reserve. And so it makes a lot of sense. You have Ripple CEO announcing that XRP is the world reserve currency and will be a part of the U.S. Strategic Reserve, and you have the Federal Reserve saying it themselves. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Was the different use cases between RLUSD and XRP. Maybe can you double click there and explain or summarize how do you see different individual use cases with one and the other?
Yeah. First of all, I think this is important to understand the difference because some misinformation, as again, back to the tribalism point, some people, I think, misinterpreted, our view. We remain completely committed to the XRP ecosystem for a whole bunch of reasons. It's an incredibly efficient blockchain, and obviously we own a lot of XRP. We are totally committed. As a reminder, XRP is the native token on the XRP ledger. It's required for gas, reserves, accounts of ledger. But simply put, XRP is needed to use the XRP ledger. For Ripple and how we use it in our go-to-market as a cross-border payments, we use it as a bridge asset. It's very, very, very fast and nearly free for kind of per transaction basis. And we use it globally, and where currency conversions are less popular, if there's less liquidity, and that way it can complement a stable coin. So moving to the other side, Ripple has used stable coins for years, and we were using Tether, we were using USDC. And, as time went by, we kind of asked ourselves, well, given how at one point we said publicly, we were minting 20% of all USDC. And so we kind of asked ourselves, well, wait a minute, could we participate in this market? And I think, while we probably will still, use other technologies at various points, I think we felt like there's a real role for us to play here. And look, stable coins are required for on-chain payments. And as more and more assets get tokenized on the XRP ledger, I think stablecoins are going to be required. And that's partly evidenced even by the Ondo announcement from earlier today.
Well, we have still a lot to explore, and I think.
All right, now as we talk about XRP, we can't forget about the XRP ledger, and in fact, the number one platform that allows you to buy and sell XRP smoothly, including all the XRP ledger tokens, like all the XRP ledger meme coins and utility coins, that being Ben Exchange. Ben Exchange is the number one XRP ledger platform, both for not just the XRP ledger, but the XRP ledger, Solana, and the EVM chains, which include Polygon, Binance, Ethereum, all the chains. They have almost every token, and they're available on mobile on both Apple and Android at Ben Exchange. Now, of course, you can also see and begin trading all the latest tokens instantly, very easy, and easily buy them via card, or if you want to sell them, you can sell them and send them directly to your bank, no problem. Now, we can't forget about the BXC token. The BXC token is the native token for Ben Exchange, and, well, we got news that it's about to absolutely skyrocket. I mean, they've just officially released it. They haven't done any marketing. They haven't even talked about it. And just today, I seen it in their feature, meaning things are about to go very bullish very, very quickly and very, very soon. And they've also unlocked the buy with card feature on the BXC token, meaning you can now buy BXC token, which is the native token of Ben Exchange, instantly, very easily using fiat. All you got to do again is put in the amount of BXC in terms of dollars. So if you want to buy $200 worth of BXC, you can write that in here. That means you can put $200, $300, $400, however much you want, and it will instantly tell you how much BXC you will receive, and you can buy the BXC right there. You can also change providers based on what you want. So if you want to use Banksa instead, you can do that as well. But it seems to be extremely bullish, and what we are getting is that this BXC token, the United Token for Bank Exchange, is meant to create people generational wealth. I mean, when you put it into reference to something like Crypto.com, which has the CRO native token that went up hundreds of thousands of percentages, we may see something similar to that actually happen with the BXC token, and we may see it go up hundreds of thousands of percentages. Now, guys, with all of that being said, I will end the video here. So if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to tap the like button, subscribe to the channel for notifications after this video, as well as don't forget to sign up on Uphold using my link in the description. Tap the like button, sign up on Uphold, do a transaction, any amount, $1, $1, $10. As long as you did that and you commented XRP in the comment section below, you're going to go ahead and get your juicy reward. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.